Thanks to our friends at Zounds, we have gotten our hands on the NUX Mighty Space. We're going to give it a going over today, right here on GearGasms. Hi everybody, welcome to GearGasms. I'm your host, Alan Barnes. Today in the studio with me, courtesy of our friends Billy and Dan over at Zounds, we have got the NUX Mighty Space. Now, what is the NUX Mighty Space? We're going to tell you in just a second, but first, if you're new to the channel, I'd like to ask you to like and subscribe. This channel is kind of like Stephen Colbert. Believing that you're funny doesn't make you funny. Celebrate mediocrity. But yeah, those guys over at Zounds, they hooked a brother up and I got a hold of this Mighty Space. This of course caught my eye because of, me and small practice amps are everywhere in this house. Now what makes the NUX Mighty Space different? We're gonna find out as we go over all the specs and ooh and ah over some glorious B-roll. The NUX Mighty Space is a small wireless 30-watt modeling amplifier. It has the TSAC-HD white box amp modeling algorithm that offers realistic playability and feedback. It has 34 premium built-in IRs and 20 user slots. Comes with 7 presets with active functions, a whole slew of effects including gate, compressors, dirt boxes, EQs, mods, delays, and reverbs. It has some built-in drum patterns and a looper, and it was included NMP2 light foot switch control. It is also battery powered and comes with 7 hours of playing time. It also comes with a built-in wireless guitar system with the transmitter you can plug into your guitar. The transmitter charges right on top of the unit. Of course, to get the most out of the Mighty Space, you need to download the intuitive Mighty Amp app. We've got the normal amp controls across the top with volume and gain. That channel button actually switches you through presets. We've got a 3-band EQ, presence, reverb, and a master volume. Going across the back, we have an input for the DC adapter, which also charges the internal battery. We've got 2 foot switch inputs, USB-C input aux volume control, a speaker out, headphones out, and auxiliary in for your music player. Now that we've gone over all the specs, let's plug this thing in and see how it sounds. All right, rig of the day is a Charvel DK24HH. I'm using the wireless. Can you see that little doohickey there? Now, normally I don't do wireless in this room, especially stuff that is in the Wi-Fi range, because this room is where my router is. There's a lot of Wi-Fi in this room. There's a lot of RF stuff in this room in general. I'm sure I'll get cancer by the time I get my 500th episode shot. Now, there is no camera on top of the Mighty Space. The reason is, this first segment, we're just gonna go through the knobs. We're just gonna go through the 7 presets. Nothing sexy on the top, except the color of the preset does change amongst 7 lovely colors. You're gonna miss that. Do we know the names of these 7 presets? We do not. But we will in the next segment when we get into the app. So this is preset 1. This is the blue preset. As is, out of the box, ain't touched nothing. Everything is nooned. Straight out of the headphone jack into Cubase. I know you care about that. They do give us some delay on that. You can't do anything about that on the top, I don't think. But while we're here, let's go through a little bit of knobbage. Say like that ain't enough gain. Now you can turn reverb up and down, but there's no way to kill that delay from the top. Turn the reverb way up. Now, one of the reasons I chose this guitar is the oh so convenient coil tap switch, so I can go from single to double coils. Should I get it over with early? No, I'm not doing it again. Yeah, I know I screwed it up. Just wanted to see if it cleaned up with volume. Next, Aqua. I just sort of feel, based on the color, it's going to be clean. I'm switching. you've probably heard me say this a million times, all these amps. We talked about this with the Catalyst, Spark, Katana, all these amps. When you go from preset to preset, such a volume difference. So your friend is the channel volume. In this case, it's right next to the gain. It's just called volume. That way you don't have to touch the master. Oh, you hear what I hear? Do you hear what I hear? Let's turn that up. I hear some Jesus reverb in there. Praise the Lord. Let's get it. I love trying to confuse the pitch shift AI. Oh, heavenly, heavenly. We'll call that patch Praise the Lord. This is pink. Most men are colorblind, but obviously I am not, as you could tell by my ragingly excellent fashion choices. So I'm calling it pink. What color would I call this? Pinkle. Not satisfying. I was not satisfied with that. This is white. I'm pretty sure that's white. Oh yeah, it's white, all right. That's crazy! Oh, that poo-poo face I'm making, you know what that is, don't you? It's my arch nemesis of amplifiers. I'd bet money that's a Vox. It's so skinny. Moving on. Bye, Whitey. Green. Oh yeah. This is what we were looking for. It's not as white, but it's white enough to do this. Just a plain vanilla. I'm gonna call that a Fender clean. Warm it up, Chris. I'm about to. That's a nice clean. I got nothing bad to say about that. Next, yellow, otherwise known as amber. Oh, is that baby diarrhea yellow instead? Very old sounding rig here. Sort of punk rocky, kind of garage bandy. Oh, all right, that's not for me either. Red. Are y'all keeping count? Bone dry. Now here's one that comes in bone dry, and obviously you know why. They want you to grind and chug on that, and them grind and chug kids, they don't like no reverb. So that is all the presets without any kind of app futzing. It was a mixed bag, of course. Of course it's gonna be, everybody's tastes are different, but now we're gonna open this thing up with the app and really see how it sounds. I got my in-ear monitors on for this segment, and while we're talking about monitoring in general, but if you're wondering what it sounds like in the room, it's 30 watts. How does it sound in the room? It sounds good. Now let's look at them presets. And of course, I didn't start on preset 1. I started on the blue preset, which is apparently number 4. Direct your attention to the screen. Now, one of the big gets with the Mighty Space that, for example, Positive Grid Spark cannot do this. If you're unhappy with your effects chain or your signal chain in any way, you can just drag it. Like if all of a sudden, like on effects here, our drive, let's just say we want it in the loop, we can do that. We are on the green preset, and I guessed it to be a Fender clean, but alas, it is a jazz clean. Say we just don't like it, and we want a clean that's based on something else. We would rather have a deluxe reverb. So right away, it's that easy. You can just change it to the deluxe reverb. You can change all your settings and parameters. You could turn a gate on if you want. Now for this particular effects chain, for whatever reason, they got the delay in front, kind of Eddie Van Halen style. I don't know, but let's find out when we let's pick another drive for this. Let's pick a tube screamer. Just like that, you could change your sound. Now, I haven't looked at the manual. I haven't even really watched any videos. I'm kind of seeing this for the first time. That's how easy it is. Now, if you want to do the normal tube screamer trick, turn the drive all the way down, left, all the way up. A lot of people like that sound better, including me. Because the before after. It keeps the same character. It doesn't mix that tube screamer distortion in that we don't love. Me and the voices in my head. So it's as easy as that. So as we're perusing the presets, we go to amber. I'm not happy with that. I want something else in the front. I mean, no, like it. So let's go back and do that same tube screamer again thing, right? There it is. That's exactly what we were looking for. Notice how dry it is? I don't love that. Can I get a little juice? All right, so I showed you just how you can modify some of the presets there. So let's look at some of the toys. Those are nice, bro. ST cores. Detune. Something like that. I know I played it wrong. Oh, that's nice. So just my going through the mods, just in a quick sampling of them, and not to frustrate you because there's so much in here. We can't go through it all, but I like what I'm hearing so far. See the difference between that and the Phase 100. I always wonder what the difference was. Nice. Digital. Oh, that's nice. You'd almost think it had mod on it, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? Tape. See how you can get the farts. All right, so you got a whole bunch of, we're in clean. Let's check out, we might as well do a fuzz.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
That's fuzz. So you sort of get the gist. Let's look and just see the kind of amps that we have here. Just real quick, let's look at the list. Oh, that's quite a list. That's way more than I expected with only 7 presets. Oh my lordy, oh my lordy. But you can look up all that stuff online. Let's change it to California Crunch. No, I want something else, bro. This is what I was thinking of. That's such a dual rectifier riff. So that was a very unorganized look at the amps and the effects that are in the Mighty Space. Next, we're going to look at some of the utilities. So we're getting to some of the utilities here. Of course, it has a range of drum patterns, as you can see. You can go all through a long list. Let's hear a beat. Give me a beat. Now right away if the drums ain't loud enough, if you want them drums pumped a little bit. Now let's just say like that ain't like getting you there because it's not fast enough. So you want to just turn it up a little bit. You can hit this, you can slide the tempo slider. That's too fast. You can tap it out if you got some sense. I don't. It doesn't do fills or anything, but allow you to, have at least a beat. You can use it like sort of as a metronome that's not boring. We'll hit some of these medals. How can I live? How can I die? As a people was real. Okay, I felt like Stevie T there for a minute. Now it has a looper, and one thing I didn't talk about either is it's got a little foot switch with 2 buttons on it that you can start the drum looper, you can start the drum patterns, and you can also loop with that. I did not take it out of the bag because this thing's got to go back, so we won't get to see that today, and that's a great blessing on us because me and looping suck. But if you want to see the screen, there it is. Ain't it pretty? Now, they got some jam tracks. There's not a whole lot here, but there's some. They have some artist tracks that I think is growing. Not a whole lot here. Nobody you've ever heard of. But you got some backing tracks, right? So if you just want to get a little jam on with what they got built in. Oh, goodness. Oh my God. Does that mean rock and roll like the 50s rock and roll? We did go do that long enough just to hear. There were variations. Metal, E minor. Oh, it tells us. Okay, what else we got? So they got some hip hop. Girl, I can smell you, girl.
That was freaky.
You smell so good. Girl, put my hands on your body.
This is your mom.
Put my hands on your body. Girl. I was trying to summon Chef. Chef from beyond the grave. So you got that, right? Okay. Those are, they're all right. I ain't gonna hate on them. So you got some artist tracks. You can jam to this. So you can do all that. Well, what did we learn today? We learned that the presets on the NUX Mighty Space, like all of those digital modeling amps, are a mixed bag. But what we also learned is once you get the app up and running, you'll be able to make those 7 presets sound exactly like you want them by choosing through an amazing selection of realistic sounding amps, as well as great effects. And finally, I learned that the wireless system that comes with the NUX Mighty Space is top notch. 0 dropouts the whole time, and I can't say that's true of my Locato or my X5. Once again, thanking my friends from Sounds for loaning us the NUX Mighty Space so I can share it with you. Link will be in the description. And as always, I thank you for the time you spend with the channel. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. You got some slow-witted, embarrassing, low standards having friends, send them to GearGasms. And how low do your standards have to be to actually go out to the web and purchase some GearGasms merchandise? Apparently you have to be pretty low. Whatever you do in the next 7 days, don't tell Barry Manilow about it, unless there's going to be a place where you can plug in the charger pack that keeps his face alive. But play more guitar. Watch less of this. Keep coming back here week after week for more GearGasms.